Alright, so in this section we're going to be talking about amortization of a debt. So what does this mean? This amortization is just the process by which you're going to be paying debt or to an account who is growing due to interest. So you're going to make a payment, but the amount you owe is going to grow until you make the next payment, and then it decreases, then it grows again, and then it decreases when you make a payment. So you're going to have scheduled payments, but they're still going to be charging you interest with every on the principal with every month. So this is the typical example of when you want to pay for a car or a house. And so how does it work? Well, when they tell you you are going to have an annual interest rate, well, this means that the lender, whenever they give you an amount of money P, at the end of the loan, they want that amount to become P times 1 plus R over N times to the power of N T. Now, T being the number of years of the loan, for how long you're going to get the loan. So this would be the money they want to get in return at the end of the period or at the end of the loan. So this is the future value of that principal that they're loaning you. Now, whenever you are making your payments, little p, notice little p is for payment and capital P is for principal. And so whenever you're making your payments, at the end of the period, whenever you finish paying the loan, you would have paid this amount. That is the annuity. That's what we looked at in the previous video. So your payments or the number or the money you pay at the end of your annuity should equal the money that the lender wants to make. So these two equations should equal each other, and this is where you obtain the amortization law, or the equation for amortization, which is this right here, that the amount that the lender expects to make has to be equal to the amount that you will end up paying, considering the compound interest. So let's look at an example and see how this works. So suppose that you want to buy a $20,000 car, but you can only make $250 monthly payments because you did your budget and that's what you can accommodate. And if you have a 5-year annual interest rate of 2.1% compounded monthly, firstly, do you need a down payment? And if you do, how much would it be? So what you want to do is you want to see how much your $250 monthly, to what principal they will correspond. So that will be the maximum amount of money that you could loan, so that you can borrow, so that your payments would be 250. So let's calculate that. So you put P times 1 plus R, in this case is 0.021 over N, which is 12, and then you get to the 12 times T. In this case, we're saying it's a 5-year loan, so T is going to be 5, and that should be equal to the payment that you want to make. So 250 times 1 plus same stuff, 21 over 12 to the power of 12 times 5. 12 times 5 is 16. Let's write that one already. Minus 1 all over 0.21, sorry. Let's rewrite that. 0.21 over 12. Okay. So we can put in all the numbers and get the values for this, and what do we obtain? So you get this, and now we can calculate all this number and obtain an approximation for it, and same for this. So let's do that. So I get these numbers here. So now I can divide both sides by 1.1106 and to obtain P, which will be the amount of money that I can actually borrow. And that gives me that I can borrow 14,227 with 55 cents. That is if I want to make $250 a month payment. So if I want to buy a $20,000 car, my down payment then would be the 20,000 minus those 14,227, which gives us 5,772 with 45 cents. So that means that either you pay this amount or your monthly payment would be a lot higher. We could do the opposite. We could calculate what if, for example, you wanted to make a if you wanted to make a down payment of 1,000, how much would your monthly payments be? Or actually, let's just do, if you put 0 down payment, how much would your monthly payments be? So in that case, you would have that capital P, in that case would be the 20,000. And then you would be finding little p. So you put it in the same equation. Oops, I missed a 0. And you'd be finding little p. And I'll write this down. So that is, these are the same numbers that I had up here. I just copied them. Except now I have, instead of having capital P and 250, now I have little p and 20,000. So I'm trying to find the opposite. And when I solve, I find that my monthly payments are 351 with 73. Let me check. With 43, sorry. And so that would be our monthly payment if we didn't have any down payment. So if you want to pay just 250, then you have to give a down payment of almost $6,000, or you pay $100 extra a month. So that's that. So this is just a quick maybe review for some of you on amortization. So that's that for today and for this section actually.